Hello, I'm gonna try to channel some early zefrank energy into this video because when I feel this feeling, I find myself going back to his content and reminding myself and hopefully others of how unapologetically human we all are. So I've been feeling quite down lately because of the events of a lot of things going on in the world right now. Where I'm living in and a few other European countries, there have been curfews. At the time of recording, it's from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. A lot of people have mixed thoughts about it, and there seems to be a vocal group on Twitter that seems to be getting louder. Instead of being overcome with this whirlwind of opinions and emotions, I just find myself tired of the whole thing. Not angry or sad, just tired. It feels like I'm watching an episode of South Park or a Bill Wirtz video. Everyone knows that there's a problem, but nobody wants to offer a solution or even knows what the proper form of action to take is, since these are unprecedented times. For me, the whole thing has been difficult. I've been out of a job essentially right before the pandemic started, and as time goes by, I realize I'm feeling more and more like the universe has played a sick trick on me for no apparent reason. Being alone and confined doesn't help, as my perception of time is completely warped now. Sometimes I feel like I'm wasting it, that time. Then I think it's absurd to have these thoughts when the world is arguably and perhaps even objectively falling apart. It didn't help things that last year the Black Lives Matter movement reached an all-time high. Suddenly, when I was faced with my loneliness and depression, the world also reminded me that life was unfair. What was most concerning to me was not that these injustices were happening or that everyone had to suddenly acknowledge that I was black, as if that was a fact that I wasn't aware of, but that friends and acquaintances were surprised and shocked that some of these experiences had happened to me, justifying or putting their own biases aside as if my blackness was always part of the conversation and not at all when you brought it up. Fun fact, I'm from the Caribbean, and all of this might sound weird to some, but I identify more as a Sinatna than an African American or whatever. Not because I have roots there, but because I've literally spent my formative years there and only left in my early 20s to pursue my dreams. Now it seems like my dreams have halted and I'm stuck in this seemingly never-ending nightmare. Added to the actual nightmares, my mental health has been stirring up to keep me up at night. I want to get back to things that make me feel good and relax. But I feel this unwarranted entitlement because of the limitations that were put in place by the government, that life is suddenly unfair and why is this thing that's happening to everyone not catering to me? I focus on all the things that I'm not doing or not progressing on or not working at. Always not. Never positive. The weight of it all feels heavier as it clouds my mind and my heart. I want to cry, but part of me feels like it'll solve nothing. Like I'm reverting back to an infant. Except that comfort will be fleeting, because time cruelly marches forward and waits for no one. I don't know. I'm spiraling. I hope when it stops we can all be dizzy and laugh